Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick video on the Nitze camera monitor mounts. I apologize for any noise in the background. This is just the only time I have to make these before I return them. And I'm not returning them because they're bad. They just didn't fit the use case I was looking for, but I do recommend these. So I have two versions here. I have one where you can screw it in and it has two of these Arri locating style pins that work great when you have a camera cage that has that and the two little pins. And then I also got one with the Nato rail attachment because I thought this is what I wanted because I wanted to take my monitor off and on all the time. And again, very simple, just goes over. If you have one of these small rig cages or anything else where they have a Nato rail already built in, it's just that simple. So the reason I want to return these, and again, it's absolutely nothing wrong with this product. They were generally cheaper than I think small rigs. So they were both roughly in the $30, $35 range, I believe. And I personally like minimal things. And I like monitor mounts that have no screws on them actually. So like you'll see these have none, but you'll see like competitors have like a little knob here, which I guess people might like. I like to just grab my stuff and move it as I go. So I just assume that the knobs are gonna lock into place. I'm gonna have to keep loosening it up. When one hand's like preoccupied on something else on the camera, I can't really let that go and then rotate something else. So there weren't many options that have this no knob monitor attachments for Nato rail. There are actually a lot for with the Arri style mounting option, but I didn't want that. I wanted a Nato rail option. And there just wasn't any. I did find one from Ikan, which I'll link below, that is pretty much this, but has a locator pin on top. And that is what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for a locator pin on top of here. They sell versions with a locator pin, but not for Nato rail. And man, that's what I want. I just want to take things off quick and easy. So if you didn't know, like if you see pins on top here, so like I have this Field World monitor, there are little holes here that it can go into. And what I love about it is it stops the monitor from rotating off. So I'm gonna quickly set this up. And here's the thing, this is it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. I think the quality of these monitor mounts is really good. I'm not in love with like the aesthetical design, but I think it's fine. And I have to say, this company is new to me, as in I usually bought small rig and things like that. I find that their stuff is very comparable. I just bought a side handle from them that I really like. Okay, so I'm gonna put the monitor on here, and I'm sorry if it's kind of hard to see things. It's not the most ideal setup. So you'll see, you tighten it with here. You can just screw it, and there's holes here for an Allen wrench that they include, which can go inside and you can tighten it even more. There's two Allen wrench spots here. This one controls tightening the pan access, and this one controls the tilt. So I made mine a little too tight, but you could adjust the tension to where you want. And this is what I mean. When I'm shooting, let's just say I have this, I want to be able to grab my monitor and just move it and adjust it to where I want. But you see, as I'm twisting this, it just loosened itself because there's nothing stopping it from like unscrewing itself because it's gripping to the top. So if you had something like the locator pin, a little pin right here, that then was inserted into here, when I grab the monitor and I twist it, because the locator pin is in there, it would move this with it and I wouldn't have to worry about it unscrewing. So that's really what I was looking for. Otherwise, I think, these are solid for the price. The only weird thing is it has this, and I have a small rig version that has no knob. When I, tilt this back and forth, it has a weird grinding feel, and it doesn't really matter what, like tension I put the setting to. It's not a big deal. It feels a little weird, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the actual monitor mount. But yeah, so something I had a problem with small rig before was when I lay this flat, it would touch itself and scratch itself. This won't. Just like it won't go that far back for like this to touch the metal and start scraping itself. If we go the other way, and actually I'm going to show you this. What I love also is that these knobs here can be pulled out to readjust the positioning of it. See that? That's nice. So if I pull it the other way, this will also not go on itself and scratch it. So if I showed you my other monitor mount, it's just covered in scratches because this knob here would scratch all over the body. I think it's clean. I think if it's that same black style that you'll see on your camera cages and bodies, I think it works really well. One thing I don't like is this rubber pad that they have on top here. I don't know how durable it is. I can't really tell. It feels cheap. I feel like if I run my nail right through it, it'll create a line, a permanent line, versus like other thicker rubber pads. So I wish they just kind of put a better rubber padding here. And again, I wish they had just had a locating pin, Nato rail version, which they don't. And I don't want to jerry rig a bunch of stuff because it's going to just increase the, like if I put like they sell a mount here where I can Nato rail something, maybe put another Nato rail and then put this on top. Like it's just going to increase the height more than I would like. So they say the payload capacity is 5 kilograms, which is about, I don't know, 10 to 11 pounds. And I 100% believe that is fine. So I don't think there's anything really wrong with these unless you just don't like the look of them. But I think they're very functional. I think they're a great price, and I appreciate the, not having a knob. There are different versions of these. They use pretty much the same monitor head mount thing. It's just the bottom base that changes. But I really do like the Nato rail version. Yeah, that's about it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Again, I will link the version I found from Ikan that does have the locating pin and is the same style. But I can definitely recommend these products. Otherwise, you might be like me and not need all that stuff. So I think it's a good buy. And like I said, they do have this version with locating pins with a normal screw mount.